Hey guys, happy Thanksgiving. I'm recording this on Thanksgiving Day at least. I don't know when I'll be able to upload this. But I just wanted to record a video. I know it's been a while, but I wanted to record a video before I get busy for Thanksgiving. So anyway, things have been pretty interesting in the markets, I'd say. We have all the three major manufacturers coming out saying that they have good vaccine results and hopefully they'll get it through FDA pretty fast. So there's that, and then the gridlock government, and then of course low interest rates, but most of the gridlock government that's just propelling us to new all-time highs. But of course, if you're lately in the big FANG names, you haven't been getting much return. Like me, I was in Apple for a little while, but we've been stagnant for the last couple months. But let's be honest, those stocks have already had their run this year. And there's a whole bunch of new stocks that are really distracting us. So the most latest ones are NIO, PLTR, Tesla, maybe DraftKings. Let's see what else is there. CRSR. So I wish I had made this video earlier, a little bit earlier, maybe last week when AMD was around $82, because I was going to buy back in around then, but I got totally distracted by moving, so that didn't happen. But I was also going to talk about CRSR. So it was interesting to see, and it was interesting to see that another company competing with Logitech was coming out. And you can see Logitech's market cap, even though they're not one-to-one, Logitech does, slightly different things from CRSR, and CRSR, only a certain percentage of their business is, making PC parts. But still, when earnings came out, and then you see this company is projecting that they're going to say, hey, we're going to have $1.2 billion in revenue, or we're going to project that for this year, and then you see that they only have at that time, $2.4 billion in market cap. It seems like a no-brainer on paper, but then you also compare it to Logitech, or whoever else you want to compare them to, use whatever comparables you want. It seems like a no-brainer. And of course, in hindsight, I guess I wish I had invested, way more money. And interestingly enough, we had a decent amount of profit taking a little bit before Thanksgiving, and there's a huge wall at 50, which not surprising after a stock I think quadruples in just a couple months. So will it continue? Jeez Louise, you can't. I think you got to give it some time to rest, especially looking at the options chains right now. I don't think it'd be the smartest thing I've ever done to plow more money into it after I just got out of it. Same thing, I suppose, with Palantir. Palantir is a whole different ballgame, I guess. It doesn't seem like the usual sexy kind of thing that everyone likes to talk about. I mean, look at Snowflake, or any, computer cloud, business model or software as a service model like Fastly, something like that, where the margins are going to be great. Instead, you have a consulting company that kind of is masquerading as a data analytics software kind of company. I just don't see their edge, but people really seem to like this. Most importantly, I suppose, ARK, who ARK invests, the ARK ETFs that Kathy Wood runs. Once those get added to one of those 5 active ETFs, people go crazy, and it's a self-fulfilling prophecy from then on. And nothing seems to go down once it's in the ARK fund, unless she's tapered down quite a bit of certain things that have themselves gone down. I think Fastly, I think SE, I think Square has been tapered down a little bit in some of the funds. And you can watch that where some shares are being added, some are being detracted or subtracted from the fund as price gets higher. Palantir at least, has more money than something like Snowflake, and way more revenue. Actually, I think Snowflake only has, somewhere in the 400 millions for revenue, maybe, and it's already, I think, a $68 million market cap. But of course, you look at Palantir, it's only around 38 market cap, and they've got way more revenue, and of course, just plenty of announcements to say, hey, we've got contractors, we've got customers, people somehow really need us, somehow. They're doing something that other people can't do, and they have some sort of edge. But I don't see it. But you can't make sense of everything. You can't argue with Wall Street, and you can't argue with Kathy Wood and people who just plain know more than you sometimes. So you've got to respect it. You've got to respect the price action. I couldn't handle it anymore. I got out of it. I think, somewhere I got in it at the 20s, and then I got out yesterday. So I feel like volume's gonna be low. It could show its true colors Friday, tomorrow, and we can see how things really trade. Of course, there's Tesla that, while it's being included in the S&P 500, the shares will eventually be bought up. I don't think it starts yet. I think it's going to start when shares can be bought to be included into indexes and institutional funds. I think it happens on the 30th, so we're really close. But in anticipation for that, the price has already gone up astronomically. I kick myself for not getting in, but probably has more room to run. But my point is, in bringing up all that, is that those all could be distractions from what got us here, to ultimate victory, to AMD. I'm sorry for hammering in on AMD. It kind of seems like, there's so many great other stocks that you could just throw your money into and just win. There's no reason to look at AMD anymore, especially after NVIDIA drops basically a kind of mini atomic bomb with their GPUs some time ago. I lost track of time of, when I posted my last video about AMD's ultimate victory, and then NVIDIA releasing some of their stuff. But let me tell you, I think we understand now how AMD likes to behave. It likes to just be range bound for about 3 months, and then it likes to take off like a rocket. And you can just ask yourself the most barest bones basic question first and foremost. Are you going to short AMD? Well, I think the answer is probably no. But actually, I don't think this is a hard question at all. So I'll make this fast and try to keep this video shorter, under 10 minutes at least. So I guess not much has changed from my last video. Just looking at Intel, CPU market share for Ryzen is increasing. We got new Ryzen, more cores for less money, better performance as usual. Everyone talks how Intel can beat down AMD if they just do this, if they just do that, if they just get this under control, if they just get these people, if they snipe these people, if they get, their manufacturing under control. But it just hasn't happened, and it's not going to happen, I don't think. Just being realistic, they just can't get it together. And so that story of growth isn't going to change for AMD anytime soon, I don't think. Because only, if they have 20% of the market share right now, why can't they have 30% or more one day? And then NVIDIA, even the problem with NVIDIA that I'm seeing, aside from AMD, is that the new GPU cards only offer a marginal increase in performance compared to last generation. So the gap between the GPUs is getting really tight. I mean, really tight, exponentially faster, getting tighter. So, you know, they're going to have to squeeze margins out of somewhere else, maybe the data center and AI stuff, because otherwise AMD is going to continue to close the gap and take money from them. So there you have it. I think the run for most stocks has already happened this year, and I hope, otherwise I could just completely lose out. I hope AMD goes back to the 70s somehow and I can buy in, and the clock will be reset for the calendar year when we cross over into January, and everything will go up, 10% year to date at least. That's the best case scenario. And I guess statistically, it isn't likely for a back-to-back kind of 20% drop recession within one calendar year. I don't even think it's ever happened in the history of history. It can happen within 2 to 3 years. I mean, we had the trade war in 2018, and then we had the, COVID recession in 2020. But to have something go on in 2021, I don't see it happening. So yeah, guys, I think that's all I have for you for now. Have a good Thanksgiving. I'll see you next time. Hopefully, I have one idea of what I'm going to talk about next. And then hopefully after that, maybe I can delve into some actual financials of some companies to, further help us along here and what the next hot thing is. So thank you. Take care. Have a good Thanksgiving.